Yo, what's good YouTube? It's your boy Margo the Samurai and I'm back with another video.
Now, unless you've been living under a digital rock, I'm sure by now you've definitely heard the rumors of the new improved PlayStation 4K model. Even though new and improved hardware is always exciting, with the current PlayStation 4's install base being so big, it's clear to see why some gamers are worried. So is this new PlayStation a knight in shining 4K armor? Or have Sony finally gone madder than a wound up Kratos feasting on a box of red souls? We'll find out in a second. Sony's PlayStation 4 has been a digital poster child for success this generation as far as gaming, with the highest install base and most exclusives, great third-party support, and a general understanding of their community, which is pretty lacking as far as corporations go nowadays. They've pretty much secured the pedestal as far as the competition is concerned. But as we all know, technology moves at an alarming rate, especially in the era that we are now. And to be 100% honest, when both the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One were released, they were hardly cutting-edge technology. PC hardware had been leaps and bounds ahead of both consoles before they were even released to the mass market. And yes, I know this video isn't about the PC, but hey, somebody had to acknowledge them because these developers don't. And to be honest, so far Sony have been very proactive and pretty much spot on as far as it concerns introducing new technologies and ideas to gaming and the PlayStation brand. So far we've had the advent of streaming and sharing your gameplay, and we are seeing Sony delve into the realm of VR. And now, rumors are starting to spread through the industry like wildfire of a new, technologically more advanced PlayStation 4. Now, if you've been paying attention, you would have noticed that this definitely isn't the first time that Sony have revised their console hardware mid-generation. And usually, this is done for aesthetic purposes or usually to keep the costs down for both the corporation and the consumer, making the console easier to produce. And usually, you know what happens? People go out and buy it anyway. So the fact that Sony are releasing a newer version of the PlayStation 4, which actually does something new, is actually a breath of fresh air, because they pretty much could have released the same thing and had people go out and buy it anyway. You're talking to someone that has the 20th anniversary PlayStation 4 bundle. Yeah. So judging by the current industry speculation, this souped-up Thunder Megazord version of the PlayStation 4 will deliver 4K movies, 4K streaming, and an entryway level to 4K gaming. And that, I'm not gonna lie, sounds pretty sweet. Either way you look at it, this is either pretty much very exciting or very terrifying news. We are quite frankly on the verge of a new business model for gaming consoles, and I'll go into that a little bit more later. Now, my overall concerns, if any, is the issue of compatibility. Now, this is the most important thing. See, if the new PlayStation 4K games aren't compatible in any way, shape or form with our beloved PlayStation 4 Classic, there could be a problem, especially since there could be ways around this. We could have patches for the old existing games to bring them up to PlayStation 4K standard, and we could have multiple graphics settings for newer games that could run on a classic PlayStation if you can't upgrade. Sony have to still find a way to, include the people who have supported them for so long if they want this to go over well. Or they could pretty much end up, having their own gamer cool club, just like what happened with the Nintendo 3DS. But then again, I'm not gonna lie, it's not like it's hurting Nintendo any, because I had to make sure I got me one of those. You know what I'm saying? High five, new Nintendo 3DS club. High five. We are the chosen ones. To me personally, it seems that Sony have taken their plans of overall console world domination to pinky on the brain levels of evil. Now, the more pictures, rumors, and overall information we get about Nintendo's NX, the more viable it makes the company look. And I'm sure Sony have noticed that launch hysteria is starting to build for Nintendo's new console. And I'm definitely sure that they want to dampen any chances they have at getting their king spot back on the console crown. So initially I thought VR was Sony's way of actually cutting in on Nintendo's launch hysteria. But with a new console on the market, it's definitely going to make it harder for gamers to make a choice between an NX and a newer souped up version of a PlayStation 4, especially since the NX won't have as much software on the market and the PlayStation 4 will have we already know what's going on. We don't even have to talk about PlayStation 4 and software at the moment. It's pretty much approaching software at this point. Anyway, now with Sony releasing so many new devices at the end of the year, with the PlayStation VR and the PlayStation 4K speculatively, will they interrupt each other's sales, as they both are pretty much console priced pieces of kit and they're pretty much coming out at the same time? And gamers will definitely want to see what Nintendo has to offer as well. So will all of this stuff coming out at the same time really be able to pick up any legs as far as an install base? Sony definitely have to consider that. But one thing which I do find very interesting about this whole thing is the fact that we could be seeing consoles adapt the business model of the smartphone. As we've seen, technology is always advancing at a Sonic the Hedgehog speedy rate. And if consoles are going to jump on that bandwagon, we could potentially be seeing a new PlayStation, a new Xbox every year. And how would this make you think? How would this make you feel? Is it a case of them taking a mick out of us, or is it them giving us what we want? Let me know what you think in the comments about this and the other stuff I said in the video, people. Peace!